Make a date with Rev Dr Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, this is Rev Dr Ebenezer Markwei of Living Streams International, bringing you matters of faith in a Christmas rule. Principles of Christmas that would change your life, that will give you applicative truth, something that you can apply, something that you can work with. And I'm still on my Christmas rule, but this morning I like to capture my thoughts with a few words: the roomless possibilities. Do you remember in Luke chapter 2:7? If you remember, now here's Mary, who has been told that you're going to be pregnant. God, in his power and in his mind, has chosen a virgin and is going to be a blessing to humanity. I mean, look, his name is Emmanuel, God with us. All sorts of things that God was going to do for the sake of humanity. As God stepping out of eternity and coming to walk in the temporal here on this earth in order just to be a blessing to us. I mean, that is something to be celebrated with pomp and pageantry and everything that comes with it. And this is the time for us to probably do some nice and spectacular things with this kind of announcement. But here's the interesting thing, and it is very, very interesting. Hear this. The Bible says, at the time of the birth of Emmanuel, God with us, at the time of his birth, the Bible said, now Mary them had to leave to Bethlehem. And at that time, the Bible says, every place they went to, there was no room. There was no room. And the Bible says there was no room at the inn. That is the place where visitors go. And a woman who is pregnant and about to have a child, and the Bible says there's no room. My goodness, there is no room. I mean, God coming down to earth. I mean, if that announcement had been made to me, man, I would probably call Kempinski to or the biggest hotels in this thing and let them, the floors will be decorated and all those other things. But the Bible says there was no room at the inn. No room at the inn. Here was divine possibilities, great possibilities, endless possibilities for humanity, because we are going to be translated from the miry clay and our feet are going to be established on a solid rock to stay. We're going to be transported from the dominion of sin to the dominion of life. We're going to be removed from the sting of death and the victory of the grave, and then now we're going to be placed into life and life eternal. We're going to be now removed from a life of no fellowship with God to a life of constant fellowship with God. And at the material moment, when God needed just a little human input, the Bible says there was no room. Are you aware that sometimes we have room for everything on this earth, minus God? We have room for every foolishness here on this earth, minus God. There are people who would go and sit in drinking bars, and they will sit in places, you get it, and spend the night away and come home stark drunk, but spend 10 minutes in church. No room. We are busy. They'll spend hours in a party and they'll spend hours with friends chatting and gossiping and engaging in frivolities that doesn't bring benefit to them. But there's no room for Bible study, no room for home cell, no room for this thing. Our houses will host big parties with big whiskey bottles and all the other things, but not a space for God. There are fathers who will do everything. They can't even teach their children prayer. No room in the affairs of men for the things of God. The same story. No room at the inn. Same story. You have room for everything. You've made space, you've made allowance for everything, budgeted for everything, but never included God in your budget. Done everything, but never included God. So God is an afterthought. God is an afterthought or no thought at all. No space for the things of God. Roomless. Possibilities are there, but there's no room for it. May we never walk that road, but we make room for possibilities that God brings to us. See you later.